Wi-Fi is so reliable, you can host the world. Get the most reliable fiber-powered gig Wi-Fi with Peacock included to stream the beautiful game this summer.
They're doing like a Vogue Femme dance class at 4 a.m.
Did you realize what it could also
The fourth floor. Yeah, it's across the skywalk. It's only on one side. Alright, they're starting in like 5 minutes, I think. I don't know. I think there are elevators.
Thank you everyone for coming. We're going to be starting very shortly, so if you would like to dance or if you want to move your body, again, you don't got to be the best dancer, you can just be starting off, you don't even know how to move yet, you don't even know how to walk, that's okay. You can still be on the dance floor, there'll be no judgment whatsoever, and now's the time pretty much. I don't think there's any other setting where no one will judge you, so this is like a perfect setting to do so. So if you ever wanted to learn, now's the best time to get on the dance floor. But no pressure though, because you can just watch from the side. No pressure whatsoever. But now would be the time. I think now would be the time to do so, if you would like to. Thank you everybody for coming. If it's alright with you, I'm gonna have the background music go for a little bit while I'm talking because I think it's kind of fast like that. But welcome everyone to Vogue Basics, Voguing 101, specifically Vogue Femme, which is gonna be the style that I'll be teaching y'all. Give me 1 sec, sorry. Making sure I'm setting up the music correctly. And again, thank you all for coming so much. This is kind of a subculture within a subculture. So, kind of like the furry fandom, ballroom culture is a whole separate other thing. We are somewhat connected through, being LGBTQ, being open, being an inclusive community. So it's important to know that there's distinctions, there's very clear distinctions, but at the end of the day, we're all still our separate subcultures. So now we have this cool mix of furry and ballroom subcultures and subcultures. I think that's really beautiful. So again, thank you all for coming and willing to learn about this awesome culture. And it's not just about dance too, which I'll get into. So let's begin real quick with a small history lesson. Does anyone know what ballroom culture is, or voguing, or anything of the sorts? I'm seeing a lot of like these hands, a lot of people that, they don't really know too much about it, and that's fine. When I found out about it, I think like 10-ish years ago, it was a whole other foreign concept to me of what ballroom is and the space that they provide. It's hard to really simplify what ballroom culture is. Ballroom culture or ballroom is not ballroom dancing. It's not the contemporary like salsa, blah, 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 contemporary dance style. It's a whole different other thing. Ballroom culture is specifically Black / Latino, coming from the underground scene back in Harlem, New York, the ballroom scene balls. It comes specifically, again, from those communities. So it's not just LGBTQ, people think that, automatically because ballroom is kind of seen as like the feminine dance, it's kind of like the LGBTQ, it's like the gay dance, quote unquote, but it is first and foremost Black and Latino culture first. Specifically, when you go back to the beginning when ball started in New York and around the 70s, major pioneers or the starters of the ballroom scene like Paris Dupree, wait, I got their names written down here too. So you got Dorian Corey, Avis Penn Davis, Paris Dupree, Pepper LaBeija, and the first ever house to come from the ballroom scene is the House of LaBeija. And what are houses in ballroom? And it's essentially kind of creating your own kinship and family within the Black LGBTQ space. What originally started as like kind of like beauty competitions and NYC scene led to a lot of colorism, a lot of favoritism towards white queens, white women, etc. And people who were Black or Latino did not really have that space to feel fab, to necessarily win these competitions. So ballroom culture is a totally separate subculture that they created themselves to kind of represent their identities. And it's not really just being Black or Latino, etc. It's how you feel in your skin and that you can be anyone in that space. So you not only have what started as performance, which later led to other styles like Vogue Femme, voguing, etc. New way, old way. It originally started as it was just called performance, and it would take inspiration from Egyptian hieroglyphics, kung fu. It took inspiration specifically from fashion magazines, which is where the name Vogue started, or voguing. Lots of people would go and perform on the stage and get their pens and battle each other. So instead of violence and throwing shade at another person and throwing shade, what that means is like, I'm better than you, I look more fab, etc., etc. The way I throw shade, instead of like throwing a punch at you, I would just show that I'm more fab. I would go into these poses and I would show everyone like, hey, I'm better than you, I'm more fab, let's compete, etc., etc. And that's how you would kind of create these little competitions within these balls. And that's essentially kind of how voguing or the dance style started. And not to mention also that, again, ballroom is not just about voguing or dancing. It comprises a lot of other categories to showcase not only your identity, but to showcase your fabness. So you have categories like realness. You compete with another person. Usually these folks are, trans representing. They would represent, or they represent some sort of identity, whether that be an all military garb or schoolboy, etc. You try to look real. And the original purpose of realness categories was to showcase that, hey, I can be real, I can go into the real world and people would think that I am this fab or I am this person. So, to put it more simply, if I dress up as a schoolboy, the category was schoolboy realness, I can go out into the street and people would see me as a schoolboy. They think like I'm a schoolboy. Or, for example, if I was a trans woman, I have to show the judges and convince everyone that I look like a real woman. If I went out into the street right now, I would look like a real woman, no one will clock me, And a part of this was survival. LGBTQ folks were regularly killed in this, out in the street, doing their work. It's a survival strategy. So being able to look real and being able to showcase that, that you can throw shade, that you can, all these are tools for not only empowerment, but also survival as well. So that in essence is kind of what ballroom is all about to me. It's not just about throwing shade, it's not just about dancing, it's about expression of identity and being able to live in the world that, it's not too friendly towards y'all. So that would be my best explanation, short explanation. There's so much more that goes into it. I encourage y'all to look up some resources and what ballroom is. It's an incredibly fascinating subculture, but again, I hope y'all can learn a little bit from this. But today, we're gonna be learning about Vogue Femme, which is the later style of Vogue. So to put this again very simply, we're gonna start the dancing very, very soon. But Vogue Femme is probably like the later last style of voguing or performance in general. So what started off as just simple poses to show that like, you know, I'm more fab than you, competing with another person, it eventually led to, you know, the evolution of the dance style. People started incorporating more angles, more flexibility. So what turned from pop, dip, and spin, which was the original style of Vogue, to New Wave, which incorporated a lot more, like if people kind of like see like the angles, like that kind of like style of Vogue, that is called New Wave. And eventually the femme queens, otherwise kind of like known as, you know, the trans women in the ballroom community, they created a whole separate style, which is kind of the most popular style today, which is Vogue Femme, which incorporates the 5 elements. Does anyone know the 5 elements of Vogue? Would anyone like to say what they are, or say a element? Yeah. Hands performance is the most important element, in my opinion, of Vogue Femme, because you incorporate it in every element. Although it's a whole separate element, you incorporate it in your catwalk, your double. I already spoiled all elements, I'm sorry. But yes, hands performance is the most important one. Yeah. Floor performance is another one, you know. Yeah. Anyone else? Spins and dips is the third one, yes. Anyone else? Javid? Duck walk, yes. That's probably my favorite element. It's the first element that I ever learned. And then, does anyone got the final element? This is probably also a very important element. Does anyone know? Oh yeah. No, catwalk is the, yes. I think I heard it from here too. Catwalk is kind of the biggest element in which you travel to like certain places around. So in my professional opinion, yes, the 5 elements would be hands performance, catwalk, duck walk, spins and dips, yeah, and then, floor performance, yeah. I promise I'm professional, I know what I'm doing. But yes, thank you all for coming, and I think we should get started with some stretching, if that's okay. So again, if y'all wanna stand up for me real quick, we'll just do a little bit of stretching. And just to introduce myself as well, as I realize some people don't know me. My name is Foster. I participate both in the furry fandom and in the ballroom scene. I am right now legendary House of Ninja. I'm not legendary though. That status is definitely not for me right now. I'm still working on that. But yeah, it's a fun time. So if you all have a ballroom scene near you in a metropolitan area, most likely everyone got some kind of ballroom scene going on in, you know, their cities, I'd say. Before diving in or performing, definitely watch in and observe first, because again, this is a subculture that y'all, you know, aren't a part of. Definitely observe it for a little bit before going straight in, I would suggest. But right now, this is gonna be your first taste, your first little introduction to the subculture, which I'm very glad to share with y'all. All right, let's start with some stretching, y'all. Can y'all hear me correct? Is all good? Okay, just making sure. So we're just gonna do a little follow the leader right now. I'm not gonna use a mic, so just try to use your eyes as much as you can. All right, y'all. Start off with our head. We're just gonna isolate our head real quick. So really simply, to the right. Just kind of sway. Side to side, for the nose. Neck muscle. Now, we're going to go up. Okay, thank y'all for dealing me with that. I'm not the best like stretching instructor. That's like my low-key like my go-to stretching moves, but I don't know how good they like actually work like professionally, like in like a yoga type setting. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just a dancer, y'all. But again, thank y'all for coming. Again, if you would like to dance, that's just getting on the floor right now, but no pressure. You can always just watch and observe from the side. There's no pressure, and it's your choice. But today, we're gonna start with the first elements. So I think the first element, which again, I think is the most important element that we're gonna learn, is gonna be hands performance. Does anyone kind of know or what hands performance is gonna look like? Yes. Lots of circles, lots of figure eights, all that. I'm gonna be teaching y'all kind of like the foundations of what good hands performance looks like. But what hands performance is essentially just telling a story. People just kind of like see hands and they see like, oh, it's very like dainty and pretty. And while it is, it's also telling a story. Hands performance is not just an element, but it's also a whole separate category when walking in the ballroom scene. Many different balls are kiki balls. They have a whole category which you can win trophies in just doing hands performance. And the way you win is essentially kind of like not only having good hands, but also telling the best story. So I'm gonna teach y'all really quick how some general movements in the hands performance scene, the element at least, the hands performance element. I'm gonna teach y'all kind of basic movements, but then we're gonna incorporate certain storytelling elements to really showcase and express your Vogue. So let me put on some music for y'all then. So hands performance is kind of comprised of many different elements, mostly pertaining to, in my opinion, 3 big things, which are going to be taps. So you can tap like literally anywhere in your body. I'd say kind of like the 4 corners would be your shoulders and your hips. And then the next thing are going to be rolls. So you're actually kind of like rolling your wrist around into many different circles. So when you incorporate taps and rolls, it's gonna look something like this. And you can roll from your head to your side. And the last thing would be figure eights. And it's gonna look, if you are familiar, it kind of looks something like this.
Spilling the beer.
Walmart is supposed to give you things fast.
Okay, while that ad goes, yes, so you can do hand flex. I'd say if you can, again, the most important part is honestly the hands to your fingertips actually. So while you're doing the moves of, taps or, circles or rolls, you want to keep your hands not just flex, but kind of like ever flowing, daisy. Kind of wavy almost. So really pay attention to like your fingertips, your fingers while you're doing it. So instead of like doing rolls like this, people like do their catalogs like this. You want to really move your fingers forward again. Yeah.
In the middle and right finger.
So I do it. You don't have to. As long as it looks like feminine. But yeah, if you kind of want it easier, then yeah, extending like the top of your fingers will be pretty nice.
Everybody in that step is from like old ballet and influence in it. With a lot of the whole posture.
Yeah. So again, it's important to maintain really good posture while doing it as well. So it's all about posture, it's all about femininity, it's all about all that. So now we're gonna go into figure eights. Does anyone know how to do a figure eight? I say that's maybe a no. So this is a very important element. You kind of see this not only in hand but also people can also do it later in their catalogs.
is your least kind of enjoy your job at? What's good on the list? Yeah, I like that. Bring it a little bit tighter.
And tell a story with it. guys start, okay? Okay. Alright. 3, 2, 1. I want to see them stories. I want to see them stories.
Beats.
9, 8, 7, 6,
What kind of story are you like? Oh,
2, 1.
Incorporate a story. What story are you telling with your hands? Oh, you're washing your hands? Yeah. Feeling yourself.
This is another magnificent
when you're walking, right? When you take your first step, the hand or arm that goes out is going to be opposite of the foot that you use. So if you step out with your left leg first, you're going to put your arm out first, right? So when you use your right leg out first, you put out your left arm, I mean. So y'all kind of get the idea of it, but how do we utilize our hands with it so we don't look like we're nogging, right? Because I imagine y'all are like doing this with Because it's time, you can expand on a little bit, but we're going to go on to the next element. Yeah.
Yogi is more essentially like you're just doing the basic, and you don't really understand what you're doing, as opposed to the like growing and understanding your own.
Yogi is essentially like if I can clock you for being a beginner, essentially. It's okay to know, honestly, like if you're a beginner, people are going to be beginners. But like, if you're competing like in a ball, then you cannot be no game. So I'm gonna just say that right now, just for your mental health.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, let me tell you something.
Alright, I'm going to use a mic for this. We're going to go into the basic movements of duck walks. So, if you can, very slowly go down onto your tippy toes into like a sitting position, right? So, I think for most beginners, it's okay to, give it a bounce to give you a kickstart. So, it's okay if you like bounce your feet a little bit just to start, So really just get used to that motion. It's gonna be a little like on your knees, but you're gonna condition to it, right? And then once you're kind of like at that center of gravity, once you're up high, you wanna try your best to give a kick out to one of those legs. So you're gonna wanna go like, whoop. And don't extend, don't give it up. Like, don't do that. you wanna do just like a little kick, like a little right? Okay, see, a lot of y'all have like almost got it still. All right, stand up a little bit, just give your knees a little break, y'all. So when you kick, you do like a small little kick, like with your right leg. You want to do the same thing with your left leg. And you want to slowly, not necessarily do it like slow either, because duck walk is very like fast paced, right? You want to like match the beat. So when you're like going up too high, you're not going to match with the beat, right? So you want to keep it contained within your body, those duck walks, those kicks. So it's going to look a little bit more like this, right? Y'all kind of got it already. You, it's a little hard for you in your boots, so I understand. Just make sure that you keep everything centered in your body and you're so low to the ground, right? Because you're not going to get those fast kicks if you're going too up high, right? So, we're just going to practice together, okay? We're going to go really slow at first, but then we're going to ramp up the speed of your kicks. All right. Is everyone ready? We're going to try our best, okay? All right. Everyone stand up for me. I'm going to go down. Feel free to get some stability first before you start. All right, we're gonna go really slow. Then we're gonna ramp up the speed, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, and kick. And kick. And kick. And kick. And kick. And kick. We're gonna ramp up double speed. Ready? 3, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hit, 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 hit. Yes. All right, stand up. A little hard on your knees, but that's okay. And now, you know what else we're gonna add to our duck walk to finish it, to make it look clean? What is it? What are we gonna add to our duck walk? Our hands. So you kind of want to do like similar to your like catwalk hands, right? This is gonna be a lot more closer to your chest. So I'm gonna show you 3 like different variations of how you can use your hands with your duck walk. It's okay to alternate and change up your hands while you're doing your duck walk as well. But we're utilizing the exact same things as hand performance into our duck walk. So this time I want you to add everything together. Is everyone ready? All right, let's go down. Ready? We're gonna go full speed using our hands this time, okay? Just wait for music. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go. Make sure you're traveling with it. Yes. 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 Let's go. Yes. Congrats, everyone. Yes. Congrats, everyone. We learned 3 whole elements so far. We got like 20 minutes to learn the last 2 elements. So I'm gonna rush it a little bit so we have some time at the end to incorporate a little bit of everything. But these last 2 should be pretty self-explanatory. So the 4th element is gonna be floor performance. This is a hand performance, Steve. I was finishing. So, floor performance. You have a lot of freedom of expression with floor performance. It's really about being comfy on the floor. So when you transfer, you're doing your duck walk, right? And you want to go even lower. You want to slide your feet out. And you can do lots of different things on the floor. So I'm not going to be like super specific of what thing you could do on the floor. It's just got to be kind of like sexy, So you can kind of like swipe with your leg like this. And then you can switch over to like a back kick. Do it with your other leg like this. You can kind of like extend your legs out like this. You don't want to be really calm with it, right? So when you're like, just be really sexy with it. Be really close. Then with it, really, really simple. I want to see y'all work that floor. Perfect. All right, can I get everyone's attention real quick as well? So, kind of like hands performance, floor performance, you can kind of do the same taps, rolls, etc. But this time with your feet instead of your hands. So, you can literally like roll your feet like this. Right? You can cross them over like this. And remember when we did those figure 8s? We can do that that exact same thing, but with our feet. You don't gotta do that, but honestly, y'all look really good already. I don't think I gotta go much further with full performance. All you really gotta do is be comfy with it. Just gotta like feel yourself. When you transition to your next performance, I love it. And usually when you go back up from your dance performance, make sure it's a little comfy too. How I do that. I want you to go back up from the floor, up to the ground. So give it a little flair, right? So the next thing I want to do, we're going to go back into floor performance, go into floor performance for a few counts, and I want you to transition from the floor up to the ground as like cunty as you can. Make sure to like give a little character, because everything, you know, is being watched when you're performing, right? So when you transition from the floor to the ground, that's also something you should incorporate your hands, your body, your chest, everything. You should put your whole pussy into it, basically. Is everyone ready? I want to see that floor performance. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Work that floor. Work that floor. Work that floor. Be sexy with it. Be sexy with it. I want you to get up in the most calm way you can. Ready? Let's go. Move up. Yes. And then you transition to your other elements, right? Perfect. Thank you all. That was really good, actually. Oh my God. All right. I'm rushing just a little bit because we're running out of time. But we're going to finish off strong, okay? Now we're going to go into the element that's y'all probably know. It's probably the most difficult and it's most prone to injury. So I encourage everyone to be very careful when doing this element, which is going to be obviously spins and dips, right? When you think of voguing, when you go into a dip, some people call it a death drop, but you don't use the term in ballroom. It's not called a death drop. No one calls it a death drop. It is called a dip. Even when you're like going to the floor and like you're like on the ground, boom, bam, slam, that is called a dip, not a death drop. So, just want people to be aware of that. You're going to be side-eyed if you call it a death drop, if you're in the scene. So that's a big no-no, right? But what a dip is essentially the period to your sentence. When you're done with your sequence of catwalk, duck walk, etc., once you're done with that sequence, you want to end it off in a pretty little bow, which is, again, the period to your sentence, which is going to be a spin and a dip. So just kind of like know what it looks like. And that's how you tell the judges that, you know, you kind of ended your sequence and you're gonna move on to the next one. And it's gonna be like the big ender, you know, right? The big finale. So, does everyone know kind of like how to spin? You spin in place, and you can spin in many different ways. You can kind of do like the ballerina spin on like your tiptoes, but you can kind of be more dramatic. You can add more power to your spin. You're gonna be really dizzy. I implore you to not do over like 4 spins like in one thing, because you're gonna hurt yourself. We're gonna start off with just a few spins. Want to keep it at your pace. So, when you're doing a spin, it don't even gotta be like one leg. You can keep both legs on the ground. Like that, right? So we're gonna try and keep this as safe as possible. I implore you all to keep both legs on the ground if you can. But if you feel confident, you can also do it one leg. So kind of like a regular spin, you kind of want to do a like a wind up, sorry.
This podcast
Twisting
is supported by
your-
Tech
oh my God.
We're Metrofan. We know you didn't ask for an interruption. My brain doesn't wait for the
Yeah.
It just
I want you to wind up, right? Twist your body.
everything
Make
else.
sure that there's a lot of centrifugal force with like your chest as well, so you want to pay attention to your chest while you're spinning. Wind up, and
Provide pain relief in 2 hours.
kind of like the leg that you want to spin with should be the one that's out more. So when you're doing the wind up,
Because your time is for you.
you kind of want to get into that spin.
Don't take if allergic to nerve.
I want to see one good spin from y'all, just so I know y'all know how to spin. Are you ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Give me one good spin, y'all. Yes,
Pain or color changes in fingers and toes.
beautiful. And again, you don't gotta go off the ground to spin. You can just keep it on the ground, keep both legs on the ground, and just do like
All right, back to your podcast, playlist, or whatever's keeping you going today.
Now we're gonna go into the dip, which is gonna be the hard part. I want y'all to be, again, very careful with it. We're not gonna do the dramatic dip, which is when you like that, and we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go into what's called a soft dip, which is when you're really soft and cunt with it. And you kind of want to like really slow, and then go down onto the ground. So, yeah, we're gonna try and count that. So, the main problem with folks doing dips is that they make it really uncomfortable for themselves by putting their leg out like this and then dipping like that. That is not a dip, y'all. I'm sorry. But the actual dip is, again, it is actually kind of uncomfortable, so you gotta position your body for it. But instead of putting this outward leg out so far, you kind of want to lay on it. Like you want to see your butt on like your heel almost, and like dip like that. So it should look like. Right? So I just want y'all to very slowly ease into it and like arch your back into that dip real quick on the floor already. So don't go from high to low just yet. I just want you to stay right here and try to go and arch back into that dip real slowly. Make sure that you're not necessarily crushing your foot, but you're putting some weight on your butt onto your heel and then arching your back down. What? You just don't want to place that one leg too far out like this. You want to put it inside and tucked. And so, when you go down as well, your extending leg, it can also be in the air, but it should also be pointed like a lady. So you don't want to be like, so you don't want to feel like that. Although some older femme queens, they kind of do it like that, and bush queens as well, but honestly, you'll get more points if you put your toe like this. But then with your hands, when you slowly go down, keep your arms and your hand as far back as possible to make sure to catch yourself so you can arch your back. If your back and your head and your neck are all flat to the ground, that's not a proper dip. You want an arch with it, right? So when you slowly go down, I want you to just watch me for a second. See how like I'm using my hands to slowly like slide myself down into it. So I want y'all to slowly, smoothly slide into that dip. All right, so let's start at the ground actually. Let's start at the ground. Ready? We're gonna put our body like this, and we're gonna slowly arch our back into that dip. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Slowly, slowly, slowly into a nice soft dip, y'all. Yes. Make sure to arch that back. Make sure it's not too flat. Good, this is good. Good dip, y'all. Yeah, that's perfect. You in the back, that's good. That's good. That's perfect. Yes, 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 yes. It's gonna be uncomfy, right? But you're gonna condition your body to get used to it. Let me go around. All right, let's go up real quick. And I want you to do it one more time for me, and I'm gonna go around and edit your dips a little bit. So ready? I want you to incorporate your spin into your dip as well. So when you spin, I want you to just slowly go down and give me a nice top dip. All right, ready? And when you're in your dip, I want you to hold that pose at the end. You gotta hold it. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, spin and dip. Y'all, that is all 5 elements of Vogue Femme. We went through a whole lot in very few times, but I want to thank y'all for coming. And I would like to just end this time just going in a little circle and doing a little cipher if we can. I want 2 people at a time though when they're in the middle dancing. So it looks like an actual battle in the ballroom scene. So I want everyone to go in a circle for me, please. In one big circle. So, we're gonna start this off. Once one person ends and goes through their dips, I want another person back on that circle. Remember, there's no judgment zone, so you can be as bad as you want. No one's gonna judge you, obviously. But I want you to incorporate as many elements as you can. And once you're done with your sequence right, what you end it off with? A dip. So when you do your dip, then you can get out, all right? And it's just gonna be good vibes. So I want 2 people at a time battling with each other. I want a connection on the floor, okay? All right. Give me 1 sec. Keep going, keep going. Cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Cat, kitty, cat, cat, kitty, cat, cat. Cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Cat, kitty, cat, cat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ah. Next two. Next two. Who wants to go on the floor? You. Let's go. You. Let's go. Oh. Let's go. Two on the floor. Let's go. Two on the floor. Let's go. Let's go. Floor performance. Yes. Oh, and everyone clapping for them. I want you to feel pussy. I want you to feel cunt. Yes. Feel it. Spin and dip. Ah. All right, let's get the next two. Ready? Let's go. You two. Next two, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes. Hands performance. Yes, spins. Yes. Let's go. Yes. I'm loving this. Let's go. End it off in a dip. Let's go. And cute. Next two, next two. Next two, let's go. Let's go, yes. Keep clapping, y'all. Ah, yes, you got it. Let's go. Next two, let's go. Oh my God.
Express delivery comes in
Oh my
fast.
fucking God.
So your parents can travel.
So, oh yeah, if you can vote to this, you get extra credit, y'all. One more time, okay. Let's do one more song, okay? Next two. Let's go. Hands performance. Let's go. Which one of them is not like the other one? Which one of them best doesn't belong? Which one of them is not like the other one? But how I made this song? Ow! Brr, cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Brr, cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Brr, cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Cat, 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 cat. Ow! Next two, let's go. Let's go. Next three, you can go on two, let's go. Make a three-way, let's go. Crochet, yes. Let's go. One. Two. 3. And hold that pose for me. Ah. Next two. Let's go. Let all y'all go. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Brr, cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Brr, cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Brr, cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Cat, 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 cat. Ow. Let's go. Ow. here. Last one, y'all. Last one. Let's go, let's go. Whoever wants to go, let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Which one of them is not like the other one? Which one none just doesn't belong? Which one of them is not like the other one by the time I finish this song? Out. Cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Cat, 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 cat. Ow. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3. And hold that pause for me. Ow. Thank y'all for coming.